Get more business and get found.
So I got asked a question about I am looking at getting a new website for my business, and I'm receiving quotes for a custom website versus someone who does it inside of WordPress or uses a template. This is a very open question. This is a very long and drawn out process. It really depends on what kind of custom code. A lot of times that custom code is built onto a platform that is dependent on a lot of different websites. So if that developer got hit by a bus tomorrow, that whole entire framework would go down. So what I mean by this is there's web agencies out there that build everything on their own framework, and nobody else can use that framework but them. So if they ever got hit by a bus, and I call this my hit by bus theory, and I talk about this all the time, but if they got hit by a bus tomorrow, you wouldn't have access to that. Now, someone could also write a custom development website for you, and they could do it by going through and creating all the custom code, putting it up onto Google Cloud, or they could put it up on whatever hosting company they want to be able to use. They could do Amazon. I mean, there's thousands of different ones that do it out there, and they write it all custom and they build it out. Now, if you want to make a change to that, if they didn't use a framework, it's hard to be able to make a change. Now, you got to hire a developer to be able to come in and make that change every time. If you have that website built on WordPress or any of those types of things, now you're depending on WordPress being around. And the reason why all of our websites, when we design them and we develop them and we put them on inside of WordPress, is the reason that, well, the whole entire reason we do that is because that framework has been around. I think that framework's been around for 15 years. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's like 15 plus years inside of there. And it is built by a community. So that means there's a bunch of developers that are all part of this community, and they all build onto it, and they build out that entire framework, which would be WordPress. Now there's WordPress.com, which is a whole different animal than just WordPress itself. Now, technically WordPress is free. You can go to get it out of the box. You can go get a website, go get a host. I recommend Cloudways when you do it, but you go to Cloudways, you could build that website up, and then you could choose a theme. You could do all of that. Now, if you hire us to be able to build your website and you're doing our website program, we're going to include the theme. We're going to include everything. We're going to take a proven blueprint that I have used for years inside of there, and we're going to build it based on that. We're going to put rank math on it for your SEO. We're going to use our plugins that we know are there, and that allows us to expand. So when we build on WordPress, we have access to thousands upon thousands of integrations. We also have access to a lot of tools. So if you want to bring something into the website, say you want a scheduling app on your website, we have tools we can go to, and we can be able to grab from those tools because somebody else has developed that. So it allows us to bring other development stuff into it. It allows us to be able to go to WooCommerce and look at all the extensions, and we're not just basing everything on one piece. So that is probably one of the biggest differences between going to a custom developer and WordPress. You have a lot more opportunity. You have a lot more control. You're not stuck. It's a lot easier to find usually. It's cheaper to find a WordPress developer than it is to find a custom code developer. Now, keep in mind when you're talking about custom code and hiring somebody to do it, if you come with us and you decide to leave, you own your website. You'll have to add your plugins back on. You'll have to buy any extensions. Anything that we're paying for won't have a license on it, but we'll give you access to the WordPress backend. You could then work with any host to be able to move it over to them that works with WordPress, and you can move it off of us, and you have a complete done-for-you website that all you have to do is just make sure you fix the minor details of any connections that we did, buy any licenses, and you're good to go. So kind of keep that in mind as you go through and you're looking at that. There's not a cut and dry answer on if you should build on custom code or if you should build on a platform like WordPress or a framework like WordPress. My personal opinion, WordPress rocks, and you can do a lot with it. So, and it all depends on, you might get a WordPress developer that doesn't know what they're doing compared to somebody who's been using it for years and knows the principles of marketing. So there's that piece as well. Hopefully this video helps. If you want to be able to learn more items like this, make sure you check out our website at simplyfound.com. Leave any questions in the comments. I'd love to answer them. My name is Rob. I'm one of the co-founders here at Subtly Found. I've been doing this stuff since 1995, and there's not much I haven't seen. So check us out. Thanks.